Good morning. This week's Monday meditation, we continue to read through 1 John. We are in 1 John chapter 5, and we are going to read the first 5 verses of 1 John chapter 5. And I trust it'll be an encouragement to you as you begin your week. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God. And everyone who loves the Father loves whoever has been born of him. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and obey his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. For everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. Who is it that overcomes the world? Except the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God. I think a lot of times people wonder, or they ask the question, how can I know certain things? How can I know where I'm supposed to, when I'm talking to students, how can I know where I'm supposed to go to college, or if I'm supposed to go to college? How can I know who I'm supposed to marry, or if I'm supposed to marry? How can I know what job I should take? And we all want to know things. We ask these kind of questions, and I often say to young people that you have to focus in on what you do know that's clear before you can know the things that are less clear. And in this passage that we just read, the Apostle John tells us in verse 2, by this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and obey his commandments. So in sum, John is saying, if you want to know that you belong to God, if you want to know and have the assurance that you belong to God's family, if you want to know and have the assurance that you love God, you're obeying God. And we have to remember that in our Christian life, that the telltale sign that we are a follower of the Lord is if we are obedient to his commands. So in your life, what are the commands that God is laying out for you? Specifically, we want to go to the Word of God, and we know that we should love God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. And then we're to love our neighbors as ourselves. And then every other aspect of the Christian life flows out of those two main commands. And so the challenge for us this week is, are we obeying God? Are we loving him? And are we loving others? And if we are, that's how we can know to ourselves and others, we can testify that we belong to God. I also love in this passage, because it reminds me of a hymn we used to sing when I was a boy growing up, faith is a victory. Maybe you remember that song, maybe you're familiar with that song, but it tells us how do we overcome the world is through our faith. The world can press in on us, it can beat us down, it can discourage us, but if you belong to Jesus, you have overcome. You are victorious. Why? Because Jesus is victorious, and your faith in him helps you to stand in victory. So this week, let me encourage you, stand in the victory that is found in Jesus Christ as you obey him out of a heart of love, and I hope you have a great week.